yeah, SveNFL.
Get serious, get a job.
We here, man. It's time to get serious, man. We in here. SveNFL. It's Jonathan Rollins.
Excuse me, Sarah.
Two Americans living in Sweden, talking about football.
Let's go.
We in the season, man. We doing our thing, and we ready to get this thing popping, man. The 2022 season is upon us, and in this episode, we will be making our predictions in every sense of the word prediction.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're predicting division winners. We're predicting wild cards. Who's going to be in the playoffs? Who's going to be coach of the year? Everything. We're going through all of that. And Flip 'em and Pick 'em is making its return. Those of you that want to join. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is like the straight up John and Schifstradamus episode, where we're going to look into the future and we're going to tell you what's what.
Yes. And those of you that want to join us in our Pigskin Pick'em, we have a Pigskin Pick'em league.
All right, I forgot about
ESPN.
I gotta make my picks, man. Yeah.
If you're in our group, SveNFL Pod group, then you can. I put the link there for you to join. I think I won last season. I'm pretty sure I won last season, but
no, you did not win. Man, shut the fuck up. You said this you did not win last season.
I was up
I didn't win either.
Okay.
I don't remember who won, but somebody else won. It ain't you.
I kind of feel like it was me. I won the fantasy.
You can call me champ.
Yeah, you and your brother did win the fantasy. That's true.
But yeah, y'all can join us. And then for those of you that want to follow us on our bet journey, because we're going to bet throughout the entire season, you can join us at patreon.com/SveNFL. And you can see our bets. We release extra episodes with all of our bets. We don't want to bog the episodes down, the regular episodes down, for those that do not gamble or that don't want to hear our betting stuff. So that's specifically for our Patreon followers. So you can follow us there and see what we come up with, because we're gonna actually do a division winner bet parlay. We got 7 out of 8 last year, so it's either get them all or bust. You know what I mean? We can only the only way to improve is to win a bunch of money.
Yep. That's true.
We'll see what we're thinking right now as we go through all of this stuff. What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with the full year predictions?
Yeah, I think so. To kind of help us along the way, I thought it was. I pulled up some of the betting odds.
Okay.
On this, we can start at the top with MVP. Obviously, Josh Allen is considered the preseason MVP favorite.
I almost put him as my MVP, man. Jeez.
Patrick Mahomes is number 2. Brady's number 3. Rodgers is number 4. Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott. I looked for my man Marcus Mariota, but I don't see him up here.
Marcus Mariota?
He might be on this list, but I don't see him. This list is fairly predictable, I guess you could say. Yeah. Who are you thinking? Who are you leaning towards?
For MVP?
Mm-hmm.
You want to start there?
Where do you want to start?
Okay.
We don't have to start there.
Oh, we don't have to start there. I had everything in order here, but yeah, MVP, we can start there. League MVP.
What order?
I was just going on what you sent me, but it doesn't matter to me. We can do. I got it already.
I don't remember what order I sent you though.
You started with division, and then we led all the way up to the Super Bowl, and then you wrote league MVP. But we can go from there. League MVP.
Oh yeah, we save that. I think that's a meatier conversation. Let's save that one for the second part.
This one's gonna knock your socks off.
Okay, give it to me.
League MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Herbert.
Oh.
I think Justin Herbert is going to take the league by storm, and they're going to have to give him some flowers, man.
I like this pick. I really do.
Yeah, man. Justin Herbert is my pick for the MVP.
Wow. I think there's a lot of good options here. I don't think Rodgers wins it 3 years in a row.
Right. I almost went with Rodgers, but it's like, come on, man. What is he, Jordan?
Josh Allen, obviously presumptive favorite, but I'm not buying that either. Fuck Tom Brady is all I have to say about that. Jalen Hurts is a sneaky pick.
That one that's probably some good value for those people that are betting.
I'm not ready to jump on that train just yet.
No,
I think he's going to be good, but I'm not ready to go MVP. I'm not that crazy.
AJ
for
Brown
me, it's actually kind of between. For me, it's kind of between two dudes. One is Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Easy, yeah.
I just feel like, a lot of. I know it's not like he fell off or anything, but I just feel like he probably feels like he has a lot to prove. Like a lot of people are kind of jumping him in the.
I think people don't understand that I can really play the game of football. I'm really just going to try to go out there and throw it around a little bit and just ready to play some ball.
Yeah, and I also think that this award, I think all the awards are kind of narrative driven in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously you have to put up the stats.
That's what I thought
but
about
I think
too. Yeah.
In a year where Mahomes has had one of his biggest targets taken away from him, if he still goes out there and like balls the fuck out, I think he could win it.
Can I say something about that?
Please do.
I feel like the Chiefs did a addition by subtraction thing, and their playbook. I feel like Tyreek Hill was great for them, but he was also kind of a crutch in some things, and it made them.
I like that take.
It made them a more limited offense, and it made teams able to adjust to them and take away what they're trying to do with this opening the field like that. And I think that they're gonna be so unpredictable this season. They're gonna take the league by storm. It's gonna take a while for anybody to even come close to figuring that out. I think they're gonna come out with like a 7-0, and everybody's gonna be like, "Holy shit!"
I like this take. I really do.
So that bodes well for Mahomes as the MVP because he's going to be spreading it around. You can't just say it's only Kelsey. It's going to be like, damn, this dude's got 5,300 yards this season and no 1,000-yard receiver. This is the MVP. I could see that being a Mahomes MVP argument.
I like that take. Despite all of that, he's not my pick for MVP.
Okay, who is?
Because the other dude that I decided to pick coming into a contract year. He's out there betting on himself. He's the kind of player that can put a team on his back. And I think his team is going to get better this offseason. That man is Lamar fucking Jackson.
I was going to go here too, man. I was thinking that too. The same reasons, man. I can see that one. I see that one.
That's some sick narrative right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Especially betting on himself and all of that. You're right. Narrative on that. I was thinking more of the Herbert's just gonna go off, but yeah, I like it. Who you got as offensive player of the year?
Well, this is a tough one because I think if Derrick Henry stays healthy, I think he just completely runs away with it. I feel like a lot of people forgot. Like no disrespect to Jonathan Taylor, but I mean, Henry went down last year. It took Taylor like 4, 5, maybe 6 weeks. He had to play like at least 4 or 5 games before he finally caught up to Derrick Henry's rushing numbers.
But that's also partially why Henry got hurt, is because they were just dumping him on. A few things about the betting odds. The fact that McCaffrey is higher on this list than my man, former Bulldog Nick Chubb, is just fucking ridiculous. Jamar Chase is also very far down on this list, considering what he did last year. Oh yeah.
I think that's weird. He's really far down on the list. Lamar Jackson too. It doesn't make sense. But okay, I predict that the offensive player of the year will come from the NFC North, and it's not going to be Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
And I know that you think I'm going to say my man, former Bulldog DeAndre Swift, but I'm not saying that.
Jared Goff. I know where you're going.
he needs the AC because he's been so hot in camp, bro. Like, seriously, think about it. And it's not going to be Justin Fields either. That's right. I'm saying it. 2022 NFL Offensive Player of the Year is going to be the one and only Kirk Cousins.
Whoa, Kirk Cousins. I wasn't even ready for that, man.
You like that? You like that?
I'm actually kidding. No, It's not going to be Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
It's not going to be Kirk Cousins. I'm just fucking with you. It's going to be Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson's going to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Great call. I think he's going to ball out. I'm sticking.
But I think Kurt is going to play a big part of that. I think he will like that. It's just not going to be him.
I'm sticking with that logic of a wide receiver that's going to come out and snatch Offensive Player of the Year. A lot of people might think it's a running back. I was thinking about running back, but it'll probably have to be a running back that's catching and running the ball. But then I just thought about it. It just seems like somebody who's in a new situation that's fitting for them, that's familiar with their quarterback, that's going to make things happen, and we all know about him, and we're going to see him in another environment and be like, yo, this guy is one of the best in the league. It's got to be Devontae motherfucking Adams as Offensive Player of the Year. He's got some shit to prove. He came in, he's talking about like, oh, I'm ready to go, workman's attitude, and
I like it.
Familiar with his quarterback already. David and Carr's got some shit to prove as well. Did I say David Carr?
I like this.
Derek Carr.
Yeah. Michael Carr. Jeffrey Carr.
It don't matter. Whichever Carr it is, they're throwing the ball to Devontae Adams.
Dan Carr, right?
Defensive Player of the Year. Who you got?
Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, the easy pick here would be Aaron Donald or Myles Garrett, but I'm not doing that.
Right. Same.
TJ Watt won it last year. He's a little banged up, but I'm sure he'll be fine. But I don't think, to me, honestly, and I'm going to say his name properly this time. And the only reason I was able to do it is because I spelled it wrong on purpose, just so that I could. Micah Parsons is going to be the defensive. So in my notes, I'm now spelling his name with a Y. Just so that I can remember how to say it
shots
properly.
at his mom?
Micah Parsons.
I'm spelling his son's name right.
I'm sending Zach Wilson over to your house. He's going to fuck your mom's friends. This dude is just such a beast at that position. The number of things that he's good at and the way he can get from one side of the field to the other, he's special. I do think the Cowboys defense will regress a bit. I don't think they'll get the same amount of picks that they got last year. But I think the fact that he's going to be asked to do more is just only going to make him stand out and shine. And I think he's my guy.
All right. Are you ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I chose Dallas Cowboy defensive player Micah Parsons.
Oh, we are in agreement.
Yes,
I like it.
The same reason. I think even more so the last point you made, where they're learning that this guy can do everything. So he's gonna be racking up. He's gonna be all over the field, and everybody's gonna see it. Like, this is that dude. So that's my defensive rookie of the year. I mean, player of the year. Offensive rookie of the year. Who you got?
Offensive rookie of the year. I still. The odds must have changed by now because I downloaded this list a few days ago, and Kenny Pickett is the number one.
Yeah,
which is like, that can't be. That can't still be the case.
That's what I saw today. I looked today and I saw.
Does it still say that today?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's strange.
I don't know how when he's not even starting, but you never know. But if he starts and turns the team around.
I don't think it's going to be a quarterback this year who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it's going to be one of these hot shot receivers.
Agreed.
It's not going to be Chris Olave. It's not going to be Treylon Burks. It ain't going to be Garrett Wilson or Sky Moore either. For me, it came down to two choices. And both of them are basically homer picks, to be honest. I'll admit it. I could go with my man, former Bulldog George Pickens. Right? But I'm not really sure if I don't know if he's going to get the volume of targets that he's going to need to win this award. And if Kenny Pickett does come in, Kenny Pickett's going to win it. Right? If George Pickens has a great year with Kenny Pickett as his quarterback, Kenny Pickett's going to win Rookie of the Year. Right? They're going to say it's all Kenny Pickett.
I've thought about this, but also if he comes in because of a late season Trubisky injury and he does well, but Pickens been balling for both.
I think Pickens is a great choice, but I'm not going to take him. Mm-hmm. So that leaves me with my man, current Falcon, Drake motherfucking London.
Drake London.
Yep.
That's
They got him listed as wide receiver 1. He's tall as fuck. The dude is a monster after the catch. My only concern is him getting injured, but fuck it. I don't care. Drake
Who's
London
his quarterback?
Fucking pick. Marcus Mariota?
Well, I went with your man, former Bulldog, George Pickens. Yes.
Man, I love it.
You know what? You talk about narrative and stuff. I think a lot of times, I think he's going to get a Megatron type of catch at some point. And it's going to be shown over and over again, and it's going to drill into everybody. This rookie made this crazy catch, and even if he might not deserve it, it's based off. I think it's going to be based off the strength of a few circus catches that they're like, this guy's the best rookie in the season.
He's a highlight machine, is what he is.
And that's going to put him in everybody's living room and in everybody's vocabulary. I think that's why he's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, who you got?
Man, there are so many former Bulldogs on this list of potential winners. I feel like I need a whole case of grapefruits for this shit. I mean, it's like...
I saw so many.
I mean, honestly, there's so many Bulldogs on this list of potential defensive rookies of the year. I do not think it will be Jordan Davis. Nakobe Dean would be my dark horse.
Yeah,
I think he has the potential to show up and be. I think he'll draw a lot of comparisons to Micah Parsons. He's the same kind of player. I think Micah Parsons might be a pinch better than Nakobe Dean, but they play the same they play linebacker in the same fashion, side to side. They chase people dead. Yeah. They can cover the whole fucking field. I mean, there's plenty of non-former Bulldogs to choose from that are logical candidates. But, you know, when I saw Aiden Hutchinson as like the number 1 pick for defensive Rookie of the Year instead of Trayvon Walker, I was like, fuck that shit. I had to go with my man, former Bulldog Trayvon Walker, defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay. Obviously a homer nature to the pick, but fuck it. You know, I just think that, you know, the reason why I think that they're going to be proven correct in their pick in taking him first. They drafted to deal with the biggest problem in their division, which is stopping the run, because they've got great running backs in the AFC South. And that's what Trayvon Walker is. He's an expert at stopping the run. And I think he's going to come through in every way that they wanted him to. And he's going to murder that division.
Sometimes you got to go sexy, man. You know what I mean? You got to go sexy, and filling up the stat sheet is one thing, and getting like pressures and sacks and all of that stuff is sexy instead of like stuffing the run. People don't appreciate that, but real football heads do appreciate it. You know what I mean? And know the importance.
Tape
of
heads.
It. Yeah, tape heads like myself.
You and me.
Yeah. But so I think Rookie of the Year is gonna go to somebody who's been forced into our living room, and you know, Hard Knocks thinks that he got a sexy sister. So that's why he's getting a lot of screen time. Aiden Hutchinson is who I'm thinking. And he's a baller. Besides that, he's a baller, and he's got personality. He's got the eye mark, the whatever it's called, the mark on his eye and all that stuff. It's catchy. and also the Great White Hope thing. You know, once you get a white guy that's good and got some swag too, they're gonna latch on and make him defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, and the fact that he's able to overcome those tiny little dinosaur arms that he has, so that's
I got that for comeback player of the year as well. No, who you got for comeback player of the year? To me, this one was easy.
Marcus Mariota? No, actually, you know what's funny? What's funny about that is that, let's see, where is he on he's actually pretty high on the comeback player of the year list.
Really? Oh yeah, of course.
I think he's number 6 or 7, most likely.
You know, they always go with injury, man, on these. I don't know if we're saying who we think should be or we predict will be or who we predict will be chosen. There's a difference. You know what I mean?
Agreed. I mean, here's the thing. It's not going to go to Marcus Mariota. There's a lot of big-time players on this list this year that are coming back from injuries. You got Michael Thomas, you got Baker Mayfield, Christian McCaffrey, Jameis Winston. But I just decided I'm not going to overthink this one. I'm going Derrick Henry. If he stays healthy and he runs the rock, who the fuck is going to come close to him? No one. I think it's Derrick Henry.
Nice. Yeah, if he runs like he was running it then that's a no-brainer. I don't know if they'll consider a comeback when he had a good season anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
He's number 1 on the betting odds.
Okay.
So,
I'm going with Jameis Winston.
He
didn't get a chance to show himself. I think the Saints are going to be good as long as the coach stays out of the way, and I think it's going to be some love going to Jameis Winston, who's going to throw for a lot of yards no matter what. If he can keep his interceptions down, that's another thing. So I think Jameis Winston.
Man, I really hope you're wrong, but okay. I'm writing it down.
Coach of the year?
Coach of the year. Can I just say that the odds on Coach of the Year are insane, in my opinion.
I didn't look at them. Who do they have?
Okay. They've got, here's the top 5. From 5 all the way to 1.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dan Campbell.
What?
Mike is number 5. Mike McDaniel, Nathaniel Hackett, Brian Daboll, and Brandon Staley.
Oh, so it's like younger coaches.
Okay.
Now,
I do think the Chargers are going to be good.
Staley makes sense.
I think the Chargers are going to be good. There's also a chance that they could win the AFC West, so I understand that one. Another problem with this list, Mike Tomlin and Andy Reid are way too far down on this list, in my opinion. They're sandwiched below Robert Saleh and just above Mike McCarthy.
I think there would be an argument for Andy Reid just because of how much people are making about Tyreek Hill leaving. It's like you can't have it both ways, man. If y'all think there was a big deal them losing him and then they kick some ass, well, Andy Reid.
And they're also, both of those guys, 2 of the best coaches in the league, are also below Cliff Kingsbury and Matt Rule. 2 of the hottest seats in the league, in my opinion. For anyone who heard the last episode.
That's crazy.
Anyway, to my pick. I decided to go with each and everyone in the building. I'm picking Nick Sirianni.
Each individual coach, each individual player, everybody in the building.
How could you not go to war with that guy? I was very impressed with how he was able to adjust last year and make a struggling Eagles team relevant towards the end of the year.
Perfect word.
And now they've loaded up in the offseason. I definitely picked them to win this division, which we'll get to in a minute. And I damn sure wouldn't want to play this team in the playoffs. I'll tell you that right now.
Damn. Good one, man. I'm going to stay in the NFC as well. And I'm going to pick Cliff Kings. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut the fuck up.
No, Nick Sirianni, man. That's who I got, too. I think the Eagles are going to kick some ass. It's going to shock everybody, and they're going to be like, "Damn, this flower watering, parable speaking coach is done it for real. Took the league by storm." So I agree with you there.
My only problem with Nick Sirianni is that I really need someone like his wife or his kids or somebody to tell him, like, okay, fine. If you have to wear a visor as a head coach, that's fine. You can do that, but please take the highlighter off of the visor. Like, why are you? He crams the little highlighter in his. I'm just like, bro, just get a fucking pocket.
Maybe he's got a little head.
What's wrong with you?
He's trying to keep the visor on.
He looks like an idiot with that thing hanging off the side of his head. But whatever. He's going to be coach of the year, and then everyone will be like, "Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to start sticking highlighters in my hat too, bro."
Everybody with a highlighter in their hat's going to start getting hired as coaching assistants, and
you like just walk into the interview with a highlighter in your hat, and
the new McVay effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get to these division winners, man. Woo. AFC division winners. Should you go first or I go first? What do you think?
Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going AFC division winners. I'm going Bills, Ravens, Colts, and until somebody can prove to me that, otherwise, I'm rolling with the Chiefs, bro.
I have the exact same thing. It looks like we know what we're gonna do with our bet.
I think we may have some differences later, but yeah, okay. So Bills.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down. Ravens. Colts. And Chiefs. I just think the Chiefs are going to be. I agree with. I think it was in the last episode where we talked about that addition by subtraction.
That was this episode.
It was this episode. I can't. It's all that everything's running together. I really think the Chiefs are gonna figure this thing out. I do. So,
wild card.
Let's see. Yeah, wild cards. AFC wild cards. This is the wild cards are where it gets tough because there's so many good teams, especially in the AFC, and it's like shit. Like you can only pick 3 of them. That's like some really good teams are not going to make the playoffs. But I decided to go with the Bengals.
Okay.
The Chargers. And the Raiders.
Ooh. The only one we have in common is the Chargers. I also have the Broncos and the Dolphins.
Nice.
That's my little because so many.
I actually think you might. I think you might be right about the Dolphins. Actually,
I think they'll sneak in. They have to improve, and it's almost the same roster. Besides improvement, I don't know. There's also arguments for, like as you said, this was the hardest thing for me to pick from everything, from all of our decisions. This was the hardest ones because there's arguments for the Raiders. There's arguments for every AFC West team. There's arguments for the There's the whole AFC. It feels like it's up in the air. But I was also thinking about how many teams every year get like washed out, pushed up and down. So, and then the Steelers, it's hard to say this, but I went with their quarterback situation to keep them out of it. As you can see, I don't have the Bengals making the playoffs, and that's a radical thing for a Super Bowl team to not come back. So that could be wild too.
Yep.
So we'll see. I just that'd be interesting. The NFC division winners. Who you got?
NFC division winners. I got Eagles, Packers, 49ers, and the Falcons. No, the Bucks.
I got Eagles, Packers, Saints,
and
49ers. I got a feeling the Bucs might fall apart a little bit, and don't be surprised if Tom Brady says personal issues, I'm out.
When it comes time for us to make our actual division bet, it's not going to be difficult for you to sway me in that direction, because I agree that that's a very strong possibility that somehow it doesn't line up properly in Tampa this year, which leaves the door open for the Saints, obviously.
Yeah.
So
we'll
I would not disagree with that.
NFC wildcard.
NFC wildcard. I got Rams. I got Cowboys. And I got Vikings.
I got Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Bucs. Vikings.
I don't even have the Bucs making the playoffs. Wow.
Yeah, man. That's kind of wild.
Tough, bro.
AFC Championship matchup. I think we all know what we want.
AFC Championship game, I got Bills versus Chargers.
Okay. I got Bills versus Chiefs.
I'm getting a chubby just thinking about that.
Yeah, that's what I said. What we want. Bills versus Chiefs in the AFC Championship matchup. It's going to be like, the narrative is going to be like 1 seed versus 2 seed, been going after each other all season. And that's what I think it's going to be.
Okay. NFC Championship game. I got, Eagles versus Bucks. Eagles versus Bucks.
All right. I have the Eagles versus Rams. I think the Rams are going to make it from the wild card back to the championship game.
Wait. So, who do you think is going to be the Super Bowl matchup? Say that again.
I say the Eagles are going to make it to the Super Bowl, and they're going to play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Okay. So you think the Eagles are going to be playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
Yep.
I got
didn't I predict the Saints last year in the Super Bowl? Or was that 2 years ago?
I don't remember. Yeah, you did something crazy about that. Now, okay, so I looked into this question that I asked a few weeks ago that we didn't really come up with an answer for. So I kind of dug a little bit. The question of how often does the preseason favorite actually go to and win the Super Bowl?
Who's the preseason favorite?
It turns out the Bills are the preseason favorite to go to the Super Bowl. It turns out that somebody has looked at this, surprise, surprise, all the way back to the year 2000. They looked at sportsbook preseason favorites to win the Super Bowl since the year 2000, and only 3 preseason favorites have actually won the Super Bowl since 2000. 2006 Colts, the 2016 Patriots, and the 2018 Patriots. The Super Bowl favorite, the preseason Super Bowl favorite, does have a higher probability of getting to the Super Bowl, having done so 10 times in this 2-decade span, with a record of 3-7. So not good.
Okay.
And I know you're going to say the Bucs were favorites the year that they got Brady, but that actually turns out to not be true. I looked that up. The Chiefs were the favorites to win that year. So following that logic, I am actually predicting that the Bills, preseason favorites, will make it to the Super Bowl, and they will play against the Eagles.
Wow. Who do you have the Eagles beating? You said the Bucs.
Yeah.
Okay, Eagles Bucks championship game.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl?
I think that we all giving all of these flowers to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes preemptively, but I feel like that they can't be etched in as a formidable dynasty with only one Super Bowl. It feels like they're underachieving with only one Super Bowl, the way they're favored so much, the way everybody talks about this contract that he's got. So I think in order to solidify that, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year.
You think the Chiefs are going to win it?
Chiefs going to win it all.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah.
Now,
and then, I realize after the Super Bowl, what happens? I think after the Super Bowl, everybody's going to be talking about how crazy it is that Eric Bieniemy hasn't been hired as a head coach. And he's going to apply for openings for at least 3 teams, and he's not going to get hired. That's my prediction there.
Over and 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 over. And over and over
Jerry Jones
and over and over.
Jerry Jones ain't gonna hire him when they fire Mike McCarthy. David Tepper ain't gonna hire him when they fire Matt Rule.
If things go to shit in New Orleans, they're not gonna bring him out there.
Although he'd be a great fit there, I think.
I thought Flores would have been. I thought that's who they were gonna get was Flores, but I get it when you're talking about the what you were saying last episode.
So now I said that the preseason Super Bowl winning favorite since the year 2000 only has a 3-7 record in the Super Bowl. So that would mean I would logically need to pick the Eagles. That being said, 2 things. It's been a while. Since the preseason favorite has won the Super Bowl. And, I've been sick the last week, so I've been laying around watching sports documentaries. And last night I watched 30 for 30 on the Bills' 4 Super Bowl losses in a row. And what that did to all those poor players who were there. Especially that poor fucking guy, Scott Norwood, who missed the kick in the first game.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing he's remembered for. Poor guy. But also how great the fans in Buffalo are and how they just kept supporting the team, no matter how many times they lost the Super Bowl. But I have a feeling, and maybe this is because I'm getting a little too wrapped up in the narrative, I do think that these Bills are a great football team. And I think if they manage to make it to the Super Bowl, there's no way they're going to lose that game. I think the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think the only way they could lose is against a high-powered offense, and that's just not happening in the NFC. Not at the level that the Bills have.
I'm picking the Bills to win, and I'm thinking, I don't know. In my alternate universe, I'm obviously picking Josh Allen to win the Super Bowl MVP. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl MVP?
I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be the Super Bowl MVP.
If it's the Chiefs, it has to be, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be Marquez Valdez-Scantling. No, wait. He's not. Huh? That would be unlikely, would it not?
Yeah. Edwards-Helaire. Clive Edwards-Helaire is going to be the Super Bowl MVP.
My man, former Bulldog, Mecole Hardman. Give it to him now. Let's
give it to him.
Wow. Okay. These are some hot takes.
Yeah, man. But it didn't seem that all of them seem reasonable, though.
I think that we, people can say what they want, but I mean, remember that we got a lot of this shit right last year.
Yeah.
We probably didn't get a lot of the MVPs.
No, that's the. I think I said Russell Wilson or some shit.
That'd be funny, actually, to see. I probably have it right here. What did we say last year? Oh, here. No. I have the thing. I just don't have it written down. I don't know where that shit's at.
You ready to get our picks in? Flip them and pick them. You got to explain the new rules, though.
Yeah, let's talk about this. What did we say? We said
if you pick, you get more. You get 2 points if you pick a favorite, right? I mean, you pick an underdog. If you choose,
I never really decided how many points. How many points do we want to go with that?
Do we say 3?
We could say 3.
All right,
let's call it a 3-pointer
instead of a 1. Yeah, you get a 3-pointer. Bring some NBA into this, some basketball. You get a 3-pointer if you pick. If you pick on purpose, you pick the underdog. And I'm thinking if the percentage, because we're using the pigskin pick'em. So if the percentage picked is, what do we say, less than 65? I mean, less than 35.
Oh, you mean the percentage based on what other people are picking?
I'm saying like you.
Or should we go by
overdog, underdog, or do you want to say points spread? I mean, you know what I mean. It feels like
I was thinking anything over 5 points.
That seems harder to find out, right? Because we're picking them. We're picking them on this pigskin pick'em, and like the first game, Buffalo Bills, Rams, right here. There's 66% that are saying that the Buffalo Bills are gonna win.
We could go by that.
And then like, so if I pick the Rams and it says they're 34%, that's a true underdog, I would say, according to everybody's the psyche of everybody.
I'm down with that.
So if we say 35 and under, if you say, all right, they're gonna win 35 and under, or do we say 20 and under? Like is it a true like underdog? What percentage do you think is like a true you deserve 3 points underdog? Because it feels like Rams at 34% doesn't seem too crazy if they win that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you say Falcons, the next game, that's 8%. If you pick the Falcons to win that, you deserve 3 fucking points if they do.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Do we say 20?
Okay.
All right, 20. So if you pick underdog is 20% on according to Pigskin Pick'em, 20%, then you get 3 points if you pick them to win.
Okay.
All right, you ready? You got the coin. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to find my way into the site. I can't.
Click it through Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. You know what? Fuck that. You just tell me. No, I just got to pull up the... All right. Let's flip this coin. First flip 'em and pick 'em of the year. Here we go. A good old American quarter. Call it in the air. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Boom.
Tails, baby.
Tails it is. Tails it is.
And I'm going to just take the first game. Let's go. Buffalo Bills are favorite to beat the Rams. I think they will win that game.
All right, let's see.
The next game is the next game is the Saints versus the Falcons.
You're taking the Bills. That sticks me with the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Saints versus the Falcons. I'm assuming the Falcons will be the underdog here.
Yep, 8%.
8% of the people think that the Falcons are going to beat the Saints.
Yeah.
For reals?
Yeah.
Man. You know what? It's the first game of the year, and I'm going to take the first underdog of the year.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Crazy.
Hold on a second. Let me figure out a way to. Okay, I'm just going to put like a U.
Okay.
Next to it.
It's all about the U.
I know. It's all about the U. It's all about the U.
I'm going to pick, in the least surprising, same percentage though. The 49ers are going to beat the Bears.
What? Are you serious? That's a 50-50 split?
No, the percentage is The 49ers.
Oh, I see. The same as the one before. Okay.
92%.
I thought you were saying that half the people think the Bears are going to win. I was like,
no, 92%, just like the Saints over the Falcons. I'm going to take the 49ers to win that game. Next game is the Steelers versus the Bengals.
Ooh, okay. I don't know what to expect after these Pittsburgh Steelers right now. You know what? I'm going Bengals.
I literally picked the Steelers to win this game.
It's gonna be a rough start to the year for me.
I picked the Steelers. I was like, oh, this is what I was gonna say was my underdog if it came down to me.
All right.
The Eagles will beat the Lions. We need to.
What?
It depends if they take them to the abyss.
Hey, I mean, the Eagles need to watch out. They might, he's out there watering flowers while Dan Campbell's trying to drown him in the deep end. It's like
they're both water related.
It's just too much. It's too much water. One of these teams is going to be taking on water by the end of this game for sure.
Who you got in the Patriots Dolphins?
I'm definitely going Dolphins in this one.
All right.
Dolphins going to beat that ass.
All right. The next game is the Ravens versus the Jets. Underdog alert! No, I think the Ravens are going to win this game easily. It's the most lopsided one I've seen so far. 97% say the Ravens are going to win this.
Oof. Jets, Jets. Let's go.
Now we got the, the next game?
Yeah, Jaguars versus the Washington
Commanders.
As you know, I can't wait to get in there and take command, as Carson Wentz said.
Oh, this might be an upset.
I kind of feel like Jacksonville's going to win this game. I'm picking Jacksonville. Are they underdogs enough for me to?
They got the Commanders 69%. No, it's not enough for underdog. We said 20.
So it's not whatever. I'm still taking Jacksonville.
They're at 31%.
I'm taking the Jags. Am I riding Commanders this year? I guess so.
Then we got Carolina Panthers are playing the Cleveland Browns, and I've seen seen Jacoby Brissett up close and personal. And I just don't see how Cleveland could win the game with him spiking the ball. He's got long distance spikes. That's what his passes are. So I'm gonna say Carolina's got this.
They're just not gonna want that.
It's just not gonna want that,
right?
Man. It's about to
definitely not gonna want that.
It's about to get bad.
I mean, this is obviously going to be one of the funnest revenge games that everyone's looking forward to. It's going to be fascinating to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I think it's going to next after this game. Baker Mayfield's going to be in the MVP discussion.
Yeah, he's the definition of the Great White Hope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see. Indianapolis Colts are going to beat the brakes off of the Houston Texans for sure.
It's the second most lopsided one on there.
Yep.
All right. I think that's going to be a closer game than people think. Lovey gonna have the He's gonna have them playing hard. The Tennessee Titans are playing against the New York Giants. I think that no matter what kind of falling off they're gonna do, it's not gonna be until after this game's over. So Tennessee's got this.
Yeah, you would think so. Huh. All right. Next up, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh.
What are the odds on this one?
70-30. So I don't think it qualifies unless we change it to like 33% or something like that. 25 might be low.
Regardless.
Or 20 low. Maybe 25 instead of 20. How about 25? We do that.
Okay.
Still doesn't count for this game though.
Okay. I'm telling a funny feeling about these Vikings. Yes. Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead.
I gotta say, I got a feeling about these Vikings. I don't really care what the odds are. I think the Packers start off slow, and I think the Vikings come out and punch them in the mouth. I think the Vikings are going to win this football game.
Whoa.
Yep.
That bodes well for your wild card call.
That's right.
Then we got the Sunday night game. Oh no! This is just the afternoon game too. Ooh, Chiefs versus Cardinals. This ain't the Chiefs of last year when everybody had them figured out. I think they're gonna unveil a sick ass offense on a hapless Arizona Cardinals that can't do anything without DeAndre Hopkins. So, give me the Chiefs. These afternoon games are good, man.
I like that.
This bourbon hour. I mean, the bourbon slate is a joke.
And the next game, if everyone remembers, is quite a revenge game as well. You remember the last game of the season? It was Vegas versus the Chargers. Winner got into the playoffs, and the loser did not. And
a tie.
The Raiders won that game.
And a tie was both.
Yeah, that was.
And he chose
that was that weird scenario.
He called that timeout, and he was like, "All right, well, fuck it, we're gonna win this game." Brandon Staley coaching his way out of the playoffs.
That being said, I think the Chargers are going to win this game.
Yeah, 75-25 over here. Don't be surprised if Josh McDaniel knows their playbook. Just throwing it out there.
He's got copies of it.
He got copies. Then we got the Sunday night game. Bucks playing the Cowboys. I was really tempted to go underdog on this. But I'm going to say the Bucks are going to win. It's going to be one of those, put those rumors to rest, everybody. They're really here. You know, that whole thing.
Tom Brady's back.
Yeah, it's going to be that bullshit until he's retires early.
All right, last game, Monday Night Football.
Drama.
Serious, high drama. You got Russell Wilson and his Denver Broncos are going back to Seattle to play what Pete Carroll thinks will be a 10-win football team. Not so sure about that. I think Russell Wilson. I think he goes home to Seattle. They play a nice little tribute video, and then he goes out there and just beats the living shit out of his old team. That's what I think is going to happen.
How many points are going to be in this game total?
Oof. I think it could get ugly. I think it could get ugly.
My point total, because you know they have the tiebreaker in this Pigskin Pick'em. My point total is 51. I'm putting on there, and I think they'll probably score 13 points. Seahawks,
like a college football score.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the brakes off them. Nice.
Yikes.
Well, that's our first flip 'em and pick 'em, where I get revenge on the ass whooping that you handed me last year. And another thing that you said is that we're gonna do a separate regular season flip 'em pick 'em and playoff flip 'em pick 'em, so you could technically win twice in a year.
Right.
And I want people to let us know. Well, we'll see on the Pigskin Pick'em. So hopefully y'all join us in the Pigskin Pick'em in the SveNFL league of that, because it's fun to see what other people think and how people do with the picks. As I said, I won last time, and so I know what I'm talking about.
This is such fake news. It's like a false narrative.
I believe that I won, and it's my truth that I won. Somebody told me that Trump plays an imaginary accordion when he's talking, and I can never unsee that now. That's
pretty funny.
Yeah, man. Well, once again, another fun episode of SveNFL. Thank everybody for checking it out. We really appreciate y'all. And another shout out to Nils Landgren's Funky.
Yeah, baby.
That's providing the music for this. We're excited about the NFL season, and we appreciate y'all checking it out. It's been Jonathan Rollins.
And Skip Misara.
And we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Later, y'all.
Get serious. Get a job.
Get a job.